Hello, dear friends. I expressed my doubts on Saturday about this strange death calm, and the news has confirmed my suspicion, unfortunately. When Biden authorized Zelensky to attack Russian territory with long-range missiles, but I think Putin will not fall into the trap. Government believes that everything will get a little darker before the change. The submarine cable between Germany and Finland has already been cut. The opera isn't over until the fat lady sings, said Trump. Opinion piece. City of Light. The flight is not over. Roller coaster emotions. Was Trump abducted in 2017? No more soft disclosure. Massive flight of the deep state. Well researched after collapse. Soft landing to end on January 20th. Let's start. A city of light represents enlightenment, wisdom, and divine connection on an individual and community level. That is, the presence of the divine in the world and the ability of the human being to manifest that light in his life and in his environment. It is a heightened state of consciousness where one experiences mental clarity and spiritual connection. According to Aurora Ray, you will ascend and live in a city of light. The new city of the golden age of the fifth dimension is a self-sufficient city in which you can live the rest of your days without ever having to leave its boundaries. It contains everything you could ever need or want. After ascending to the fifth dimension, the first thing you notice when you get off the ship is that there is no gravity. You notice that because you just float in the air and have to push yourself back down to the ground. The next thing you notice is that everything looks like glass, but it's actually more like a diamond. The city is designed to be beautiful. There are a lot of parks, houses, and entertainment avenues. Everything is perfectly manicured. It has a very futuristic look in the sense that there are no sharp edges or anything like that. It's all smooth curves, especially around the dwellings, which are very large rooms with no roof and are all padded with silk or some other visually pleasing material. There are a lot of colors in these dwellings, and there's also quite large, probably about 60 meters long by 50 meters wide or something up to 90 meters high, depending on what race your spiritual group is associated with. Some races live in caves, but most don't live underground at all. It's a nice place to live. There is no crime. There are no beggars or poor people. Everyone has a job and everyone is paid well for their work. If you need money, you just ask for it and they'll give it to you. Everything is free, from food to clothing and to housing. All the inhabitants of the city live in beautiful houses with nice furniture and lead a life of luxury and comfort. There are many places where you can go to meet others or have fun. You can go out to eat at restaurants or attend shows or concerts organized by other fifth dimensional beings. It is a wonderful place to be because of all the wonders that exist there. Opinions. The elite wants to steal our sovereignty, according to Robert Kennedy. One of 7 believes that the Democrats are planning the unthinkable. Will Trump make it to the inauguration? According to Commander Valiant Thor, Donald Trump was abducted from the White House in 2017 by the Pleiadians, who told him and showed him what the reptilian swamp is made of. According to Fulford, Obama has fled to Dubai, which has no extradition treaty with the US. It is no surprise that Bill Gates has fled the country and is now hiding in his underground bunker in Kaurizawa, Japan. Japanese police have surrounded the complex. According to Hall Turner, the deep state could be on the run. Large numbers of flights leave at night mysteriously. This could mean anything, but it's suspicious all the same. According to the Storm Rider, when Trump directly intervenes and stops the wars, Congress and the Senate will launch hearings and investigations into who was to blame for the wars, the mistakes, the corruption, the cover-ups, the leaks, and why the military-industrial complex is laundering money to Ukraine and much more. Sierra asks, how are you holding up? You are living through a roller coaster of emotions, and you are not alone. The full supermoon in Taurus conjuncts Uranus has affected many. The most important thing to remember is that this too shall pass. Everything always passes, even if at the time it feels like the experience will never end. So rest assured that relief is just around the corner. You will get a respite. Take good care of yourself during these times. All is well. Rumors of war. Trump's proposal to end the war in Ukraine is met with cyclone-like snowstorms aimed at the West, according to Sorjafal. The Biden administration wants to start a hot war with Russia before Trump takes power by ordering Zelensky to attack Russian territory with long-range US missiles. Putin tells Russians, "We are officially at war with NATO." What do you know about Ukraine's biological labs? The military will purge treasonous officers, according to Michael Baxter. The high-speed submarine internet cable between Germany and Finland has been cut. Benjamin Fulford believes that they have installed a fake Donald Trump and introduced a cabinet full of warmongers. Their plan would be to start a global party by offering Ukraine launch long-range missiles to attack Russia. Trump is a threat to their business system, but the Russians know what they are up against and will not be fooled. The real Trump just released an ad with his wife Melania and promises that the best is yet to come. Trump responded to these challenges. The opera isn't over until the fat lady sings. The impostors don't count. There will be a big surprise very soon. USA. Trump became the first Republican candidate to surpass 76 million votes. Trump will bring justice, not revenge. On one day, he promised to reissue his executive order that allows him to remove dishonest bureaucrats from their positions. President-elect Trump vows to enforce a nationwide ban on gender reassignment surgery for minors. Trump appoints Caroline Leavitt, the face of his campaign, as White House spokeswoman. Trump will nominate Doug Burgum, governor of North Dakota, as Interior Secretary. RFK Jr. will order Coca-Cola to replace corn syrup with cane sugar. North Carolina Democrat proposes a shadow cabinet to take on Trump administration. 9 countries offer American citizenship based on ancestry: Spain, Portugal, Poland, Italy, Ireland, India, Hungary, Germany, and Ghana. Economy. The BRICS want to bring out their reserve currency on Tuesday, November 19th. The world will reset after the collapse. The superposition of energy will cause the restart of the world economy. Bernie Sanders wants to work with Trump to limit the interest rate on credit cards. Credit card debt surges to another record, New York Fed says. Consumers are piling up the largest mountain of household debt in world history. Jamie Dimon hopes Trump-era deregulation will help boost banking and economy. World Bank panics over Trump's budget cuts. Pentagon fails seventh financial audit, fails to account for $824 billion. Republican Representative Tim Burchett reveals failed Pentagon audit include funding for secret UFO programs, says Trump will declassify all files. As bitter losers abandon X to scream into the void, several major advertisers have returned to the platform. Soft landing to end on January 20th. Nobel Prize-winning economist Joseph Stiglitz argues that uncertainty remains. In quotes, "We are in the soft landing, but it ends on January 20th, says Stiglitz, denoting the effect that Donald Trump's second presidency could have on the economy. Asia. Israel has destroyed the top-secret nuclear weapons research site in Iran. Iran has told Biden it won't try to assassinate President-elect Trump. Trump has a plan to pressure Iran to bankrupt the country, an expert says. Flights suspended due to ash cloud from volcano in Bali. Young Chinese gather in academic bars as space for free expression shrinks. Europe. Russia suspended gas supplies to Austria. Putin assures that his peace proposal for Ukraine to withdraw its troops and remain neutral is still in place. The EU agrees on a budget for 2025 that is 1.78% higher than this year. The Euribor falls below 2.5% on a daily basis and marks its lowest level in 2 years. The German government will postpone the elections, alleging a lack of paper for the ballots. Economists assess the damage to Germany from the ban on Russian natural gas. Dr. Rainer Fuellmich files 2 criminal charges against prosecutors and judges during his 37th day in court. Dystopia. The UK begins to apply digital IDs so that citizens can prove their status. Spain. The Hooker Confederation has not cleaned the pollo rivet that affects Valencia for 15 years, despite requests. Brussels raises Spain's growth to forecast to 3% for 2024 and 2.3% in 2025. Spain is one of the main buyers of Russian gas in the EU. Young people who study and work exceed 1 million after doubling in a decade. Santiago Abascal elected president of Patriots of Europe, also made up of the parties of Orbán and Le Pen. Homes from 12,500 euros located in a large part of the Spanish geography. Spain cancels an arms deal worth billions of dollars with an Israeli company due to the war in Gaza. Americas. The Ibero-American Summit closes without an official declaration due to a lack of consensus. Mass deportation of immigrants in the US. Mexico and the US will face economic consequences due to tariffs on electric cars. Mexico launches a large operation against illegal logging. Mexico seeks to double its semiconductor industry by 2030. Emilio Azcárraga, president of the Televisa Group, resigned. Tropical storm Sara causes heavy rains in parts of Honduras. Argentina withdraws its delegation from the COP29 Weather Summit. The government of Argentina proposes to Congress the elimination of primary elections. Losses from 2 months of blackouts in Ecuador are around $7.5 billion. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.